One day I will learn the camera position. Anyway, hello and welcome to the unconfidential silly season reports from your host Indiana John. Number one, let's start. Let's make it short today. Nick de Vries. Nick de Vries is going to be driving for Williams this weekend in Barcelona in Catalonian Grand Prix, which are hinting that maybe he's starting to get ready to get into F1. It was rumored that Piastri was going to be going to Williams to substitute low-performing Latifi. However, Nick de Vries, the one on top, somewhere there, is the one taking the lead apparently, and he will be the one maybe taking the seat either mid-season or next season in Williams F1. The other one, Andretti, and there has been a lot of rumors that Andretti is coming to the F1. They are planning to get in F1 around 2024. However, that to happen, they need to have the agreement and the permission of all the other 10 teams. Why? Because right now the split is given among 10 teams. Getting an 11th team means that the share is less for everybody, so everybody has to agree Andretti to come in. How would they come in? They would do it similar to Haas, maybe find an agreement, or maybe with Porsche in a long term. However, Porsche and Audi are coming to F1 later, like 2026 or 28, so not a possibility. How, which engine, how they are going to do it, it's still unclear. It's quite clear that they cannot buy any other team because all the other 10 teams are not for sale, so they have to bring in the 11th team if they want to join the F1 right now. However, only time will tell. Next one, Williams. They are rumored that they are in talks with Audi as the engine supplier for the future, short future. As I mentioned before, Porsche and Audi are coming into F1. So they could gain again that factory team status if they can manage to get Audi for their engine supplier and have the best engine they could. From this, like Mercedes are not going to give them the best engines they can, right? Everybody knows that. So this could be an opportunity for Williams to try to jump back ahead in the grid from the back of the grid. And one of the most interesting ones, Monaco GP. Are they going to lose their Grand Prix? There's a lot of discussions or rumors about this. There's new GP coming into the calendar, Miami, Las Vegas next year. Monaco is a Grand Prix which, let's remind, low fees. They pay a very low fee to be in F1. You cannot overtake. It's a very short racetrack. And the only reason why it's there, it's because it's a historical Grand Prix, right? It was one of the first ones in history, and it's still there. However, according to reports from team managers, they seem to be, I would not say unwilling to go there, but they seem to be open-minded into dropping this Grand Prix from Monaco, from the calendar. Like I said, it's not a fun F1 race to watch. You cannot overtake, nothing ever happens. It's kind of the most boring F1 track among others in the calendar, like Barcelona or Hungary or others, where nothing happens. So apparently there is a high risk that Monaco will disappear from the calendar in the short future. And now, back to the silly season. I got copyright claims from YouTube, so I cannot use music, sorry. Starting with Mr. Fernando Alonso. Fernando Alonso was supposed to be in negotiations with Alpine, and everything was pointing that he was going to stay at Alpine. Nothing was pointing on the other way. Why would you move from a factory team, right? Unless it's to go to either Red Bull, Ferrari, or Mercedes, which are the three teams that they can fight for the championship. Not this year, Mercedes, but they're expected to be either at the end of this year or next year. However, everything is changing thanks to this guy. Sebastian Vettel could be, well, living his last season in F1 right now. In recent interviews, he has been hinting that due to this climate, environmental care, he might be considering that the F1, the damage the F1 is doing to to the world, planet, whatever. It's kind of contradicting the message that he's trying to send. This is why it looks like, and it's strongly hinted, that F1 could lose Sebastian Vettel for 2023. So, would Aston Martin look for Fernando Alonso? The rumors that are coming from Germany is that Alonso is offering himself to Aston Martin to take Sebastian Vettel's F1 seat. Are they going to accept it? Of course. I think Aston Martin will be very happy to have someone with the experience of Fernando Alonso driving for them, right? To develop the car and try to push ahead of the pack. I think around summer, something like that, or the second half of the season, this should be more qualified. However, this is a very strong rumor coming from Germany. This would open doors for Piastri. Piastri was supposed to be filling in Williams for Latifi. However, if Alonso's departure from Alpine confirms, Piastri will have the seat automatically, along with Esteban Ocon. Esteban Ocon, let's remember, I made this in previous episodes, has a contract with Alpine. So Oscar Piastri would be Alpine driver for 2023 if, let's always put the word if, that's why it's called silly season, Sebastian Vettel leaves and Alonso moves to Aston Martin. This would mean also that De Vries will go to Williams, and the other name that is strongly hinted is also Theo Pourchaire. Okay, I made a mistake. Anyway, Theo Pourchaire, which is Alfa Romeo driver, or Sauber driver, Sauber Academy, is strongly hinted as well that he is going to be on the grid next year. These three names, De Vries, Piastri, and Pourchaire, are very strongly hinted to be in F1 next year. De Vries, for sure, unless Hamilton decides to retire, is going to be on Williams, and we already talked about Piastri. So, Theo Pourchaire, where could he go? Being a Sauber or Alfa Romeo Academy driver, either Valtteri Bottas and Guang Yu Zhou, one of them, are dropped, or it's also strongly hinted that perhaps he could be filling in Williams for Alexander Albon. However, Alexander Albon is performing quite well, so it might stay at Williams for another season since there is no openings, either Red Bull or AlphaTauri right now. So Theo Pourchaire, it's very strongly hinted that he's going to be in Williams with Nick De Vries. And let's go to the other side of the pack. McLaren's Daniel Ricciardo. There was rumors that Gasly was going to be filling in for him. Maybe he will not end the contract. Maybe he will not end this season. The most probable thing is that he will end the season, but maybe he will not be in McLaren for next year. So either Gasly is going to release himself from Red Bull and go to McLaren, maybe swapping positions, and Daniel Ricciardo going back to AlphaTauri, or McLaren is going to try to fill in with one of the American dreams, which are, one of them is Colton Herta and the other one is Pato O'Ward. These are McLaren drivers, and Zach Brown from McLaren is very willingly and actively trying to bring an American driver to the F1. George Russell already said, like, American drivers should not be brought to the F1 just because they are from the USA, right? However, being from McLaren and in theory top performers of IndyCar, they might have a chance. There are, of course, going to be opportunities for these two drivers to be driving for the young tests for the F1 for McLaren. Both of them, in theory, are going to be driving there, and they are also to be considered to be in McLaren in 2023. However, the strongest rumor is that Gasly is going to be there. How it's going to be developed, we will see at the end of the season. And as always, take it easy and let's stay in touch.